All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bashim Kakadash, the blind apostles and elders, great millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to you, sincere. I came out there pushing the truth across the four corners of the earth. I just wanted to jump in on an exhibit that I was recording at the St. Louis Central Library, where they were talking about the history of publications. They were talking about the history of printing. And one of the things you see, of course, is the Moors, which introduced paper making techniques from the East. The reason the Moors had that technique is because the Moors go back to the Israelites. And anytime that we recorded our history, I got a couple scriptures on it, of course, but anytime we record our history, we recorded it on papyrus scrolls. It was recorded. And then, of course, we know going back 1400 years before, about approximate 1440 BC, you have Moses with the commandments which were written on stone, excuse me. Now this particular one right here is the 1611 King James version of the Bible. They have him as a white man, but really he goes back to a so-called black man because he had dark skin. And here's another way we know these devils know the truth of who we are and the things that are written. This is actually an original 1611 King James Version Bible. And after talking to some of the staff, they were talking about a lot of these wealthy elite Edomites. They actually have it and they've preserved it over time in their personal libraries. And they might rent it to the library for an exhibit like this, or they'll donate it and the library keeps it in their vaults as a rare book, as something rare. And in this particular case, that's what we're looking at right here. It's a huge book worth thousands of dollars. And then you have this one too, another Bible. And then you have this is the different cuneiform which was etched in on stone, which goes to show you that the different information and the things that we're going into and that we study, because the scripture talk about, blessed is he that readeth. These Edomites actually, they've actually spent millions of dollars, thousands of millions of dollars upon the preservation of these different things. And they actually keep them, in the background because they know the history on it. They've done the research and they know and they understand the history on all these different things that we read about. Here's Job 19:23. Oh, that my words were now written. Oh, that they were printed in a book, that were graven with an iron pen and lead in the rock forever. For I know that my Redeemer liveth, and that he shall stand at the latter day upon the end. And that's what happened. The Redeemer, Yahweh Shai, he stood at the end. And his words were also written in the book along with Job. So Job was given that prophecy. Another prophecy that was given. This is Numbers 12:6. And he said, hear now my words, if there be a prophet among you, I the Lord will make myself known unto him in a vision, and will speak unto him in a dream. And that's what happened with our elders. They were given dreams, they were given visions, and over the course of time, matter of fact, thousands of years, that the Lord preserved his word. That's why Habakkuk 2:2 it says, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. And that's what they did. They wrote these different visions. They wrote different history. They wrote different things that was given to them from the heavens, different miracles and different wonders and all these different things that were written for our learning. The former things that are written are for our learning. And so going back to that particular book that I had, the King James Version 1611, one of the most questioned books that everybody wants to question it. Basically, everybody wants to question what's in it. Who wrote it, what year, how they wrote it, because they're trying to get one over on the Most High. They're trying to go against prophecy. And I finished recording here on the steps simply for the fact you got a lot of homeless. And the full screen it'll probably show it better, but you got a lot of our people homeless just chilling at the park. And you got these different parks, of course, that's basically in every nation across America. You got our people just chilling, sitting, drinking a beer in the park, uh, from the damn library downtown. Homeless, not even considering who they are according to the scriptures. They're supposed to run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie, meaning the prophecies are going to happen. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So the things that are written will not tarry. That's why the Most High preserved His word so that we may find it. Because if there's no word given, how are we supposed to know? Just like the scriptures say, if no man teaches you, how are you supposed to have understanding? We're set for an appointed time under teachers and tutors. And how are they supposed to tutor us? According to the work of the Lord. The scriptures say what? Meditate day and night upon the word of the Lord. But a Lord willing is edifying for you. Just goes to show you, our people are right. They were right there across the street, just chilling. There's just no care in the world. A lot of them, they don't even try to work. On drugs, all this other shit. So hey, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, he's gonna have to turn up the heat. Lord willing is edifying for you. And may our spiritual fires continue to roar until the physical fires roar. Shalom.